I'm hoping that this message reaches Carmelo Anthony's parents. First of all, let me say that I am willing to be helpful in any way possible. I'm a content creator, influencer, licensed mental health professional, former school leader, and I got a big ass mouth. So let me know what y'all need from me in any capacity, and I'm more than willing to help. Number two is that y'all don't need to blame yourselves for what happened. I watched the interview with Mimi Brown in the Breakfast Club, and I know a lot of people are not going to watch it because they don't want to hear the truth. I believe every word y'all said, and I absolutely know that if you could have, you would have been with your son at that track meet. But we as parents cannot be everywhere all the time, especially as our kids get older. And y'all did a great job with y'all kids, including y'all son. And nobody should ever take that away from y'all because it can tell in his character, i.e., the moment where his father very clearly pointed out that he saved someone's life who was drowning, which they not going to tell you when he was on the stand, and they can speak to how good this kid's character was. I also fully believe y'all when y'all say that this entire thing was a setup from the very beginning. From nobody having a consistent story the day the incident happened to now, to people telling you what kind of attorney you should work with and them pointing you to a very specific attorney who clearly did not advocate on y'all behalf or do what y'all asked him to be doing for your child, all the way through the trial not being able to be public or recorded for the world to know that there was misinformation or to see that Jeff Metcalf and his son that is living looked at Carmelo Anthony and told him to look them in their face, boy, when they're talking to him. And let's not forget about the people being dishonest on the stand, especially the young man who invited Carmelo Anthony over to the tent, then pretended like he didn't know him, and then had to have pictures shown of them hanging out together on multiple occasions at his grandmother's birthday party. Who invites somebody to a grandmother's birthday party that they not cool with like that? And let's not also forget the fact that people are trying to spread misinformation about this family, saying that they stole money from the GoFundMe when they were in protective custody because people were threatening them and doxing them, to people saying that their son had a public defender and they stole $400,000 when in fact they did not have a public defender. The man who defended Carmelo Anthony was a public defender back in like 2009, but he's actually a private practice currently, and they were directed to him. They were also misadvised throughout the entire trial by the person that is supposed to be doing the best for them. Let me tell y'all something. The media can't tell me nothing about y'all and y'all son. It's very clear to me who y'all are and how hard y'all have worked for y'all kids. Y'all are great parents, and this is so unfortunate, and it was all a setup.
Okay, where do we start? I mean, I don't really care if this fucking idiot wants to. If you listen to everything that Bobo here said, he knows truths because someone said so. He wasn't in the courtroom, and I didn't watch that interview with the Breakfast Club because they're niggas. Why would I? Let's start with the beginning, shall we? Former educator. This is why DEI go. People like him were given jobs that they were handpicked not because they were the perfect applicant, but because of their skin tone. Former educator. Yes, because the second the Board of Education was lifted from that burden of DEI, you were let go, as you should have. Well, now he's also a licensed therapist, or whatever the fuck he said.
Licensed mental health
Yeah,
professional,
that's because niggas get that welfare and they get to take classes on that welfare. Nothing in which he's using. He's a
content
podcaster.
creator, influencer,
He's an influencer. So again, this proves my point. They say on welfare, they get to fucking go through school at home. They get degrees that they never use, and they're passed along. And they have, oh, see, I'm educated. I'm an educated nigga. I'm an educated nigga. Yeah, but you're not using it, so that credibility doesn't go to you. You're not practicing. You're not practicing. It's like someone saying they went through law school, so they know the law. No, they don't. They know the shit they learned in law school, but that's not the law. You're not a practicing attorney, therefore you are not one to speak. This is my point with even Jasmine Cratchit, Sonny Helston, more DEI shit. That's all. Let's go on to the fucking next point because this guy's got so much fucking shit. It's ridiculous.
influencer, licensed mental health professional, former school.
You are an educator? Yeah. Again, you earned that through DEI. being pushed through as an educator for a position that you shouldn't have gotten, but a white person who was better off than you and more qualified did not get that job because, well, they weren't nigga. Nigga? What's with the fucking Caesar haircut? As parents, you know how great they are as parents because it's proven. The father even said how he saved somebody from drowning. I mean, we definitely know that because the father said so, so it must be so. Where is this person? That owes Carmelo their life. Where is this person, sir? Well, we don't need to bring that person forward. It's just the words. The words. Fantasy. It was a setup. It was a setup. It was a setup. I tell you, it was a setup. Carmelo didn't kill anybody. Now that was just a setup. They put him on the stand like back in Jim Crow. You know, when the white man would do something to the black people, and then they would put the black, say, the black person did, the black person did, it, and they put him on the stand, and oh, they were all against him in the jury, and they say, yeah, hang that nigga. That's what happened here, right? No, no, Carmelo murdered somebody.
To
Where's your
people
setup?
saying that their son had a public defender and they stole $400,000 when in fact they did not have a public defender. The man who defended Carmelo Anthony was a public defender back in like 2009, but he's actually a private practice currently,
Hey,
and they
you
were
niggas were the ones that started that rumor. Yeah, they gave him illegal aid. No, the man was illegal aid, and then he became privately practicing. That's because the money that they blew, they couldn't afford the original attorney that they had. Remember that attorney? Remember that nigger attorney? Yeah, he took their money. Remember? Who advised them? And they weren't in fucking witness protection, nigga.
And let's not also forget the fact that people are trying to spread misinformation about this family, saying that they stole money from the GoFundMe when they were in protective custody because people were threatening them and
They
doxing them.
weren't witness protection. Do you even know what that is? You dumb. Well, I said it, so now it's so. Well, the gated community isn't witness protection. They living in a mansion that they can't afford. They're renting it off of grifting money, nigga. But let's go with the witness protection since he was in witness protection, but they were able to, put things out on social media, show their cars they were getting in their house. That's not witness protection. That's just somebody who's moving on up, flashing my shit. That's not witness protection, you stupid fucking chimpanzee. But I knows my people's like they like me. They stupid. They stupid. So they said it on the Breakfast Club. So I know that's telling the truth because they is telling the truth. Nobody wants to hear that because it's the truth. It's the truth. I tell you. Yes, the truth as much as every fucking interview they did within 24 hours of their son being fucking put in prison for 35 years. They went running around and just started collecting that coin. Interview money. Interview. How much you gonna give me? Well, how much do they get paid per interview? Did you ask him that? No, sir. Well, they entitled to something for their story. Uh, the family of murderers. That's a good story. I hope they make a movie out of that. Maybe we make Leonardo DiCaprio play the part of Carmelo. I think it's only right. Oh, you can't do that. He black. Well, hold on a minute now, nigga. Hold on a minute. Who is Snow White? You want me to go on? But yeah, he wants wish he could be there. But good parents, we can't be everywhere. No, that's funny because the father was down the road. Where do you think he was running to? This is the cell phone communications that didn't come up during trial because they didn't even need it. But are we all gonna just go ahead and forget the tower pings on Daddy's cell phone with Carmelo Anthony's cell phone that same moment? Where do you think he was running to, nigga? When the other athletic coach stopped him and made his coach bear hug him and keep him there and said, don't let him go anywhere. He just stabbed somebody. Yeah, he was set up all right by his parents. The great ones that you're licking their balls. His parents could have taken a plea on this. Why wouldn't they? Self defense is not what he did. He went into an area that he did not belong. He was asked by everyone to fucking leave. You're right. He did have a friend of that tent that invited him a couple of years ago to his fucking grandma's birthday party. And even that kid said he started it. Oh, he must be lying. He must be lying because he was his friend. He was his friend. He was an acquaintance of his. And he was not going to lie because you need him to lie simply because he's black. Like you niggas. Well, he's telling the truth because he's black. It's a setup. Let me help you any way I can. I got all these credentials that I didn't really earn. I'm just on welfares. And, we get to sit and go through college as long as we're going through college or it's looking for a job. We can stay on welfare. So I just went back to college and got all these degrees that I can't use because I don't have any credibility. I have absolutely no experience. And I'm just a nigger. Right, nigger? There's so many highly educated blacks out there these days. It's incredible, but yet they're still on fucking welfare or they are influencers, right? Yes, of course. See, I can show you my degree and therefore I am somebody because it says so. But if you have no experience behind it, you are not that. Simply a piece of paper that is useless. Doesn't give you any more coin since you can't earn from it other than to flash it in front of your kind, the low IQ. Schools, let's get into that. Nigga, when you graduated, it was not just because of your academics, man, was it? The lowest number you could get, even if you didn't show up, was a 65. And that was going on for a number of years. That's what it was. They just recently, well, not even everybody, but recently, this year, schools started to stop doing that. Just started, and it's not even all of them. They still, for the majority, do that. It makes them look good. They can get funding next year if they have a higher rate of graduation. Can't fail. Well, you can't fail. You don't have to show up. You can't fail. That's something else. That's one big hell of a fucking participation diploma. I could go on and on here, but this guy's just a dumb nigga, and I just couldn't help myself when I seen his nigger face. Let me help you out with this. You see, I am actually a mechanical engineer, and that is by trade. So I have knowledge. I have knowledge that I have earned, sir. I have not procreated it simply by sitting on my fat ass collecting welfare, sitting on the computer taking an online course. What I also have earned is a licensing in the investigation privately, as you would call it, a private investigator. So just because I earned that, does that make me Magnum PI? Well, no, because I'm not a practicing private investigator. I just went and took the course. Now, it wasn't online back then, but I just felt like I wanted to take something. So I did, and I passed it, and I got my credentials. But I don't go around boasting about it because I'm not a practicing private investigator, therefore, I am not one. Certified does not make you something simply because you're certified, unless you are practicing and you're using it in your daily, everyday fucking exercises of employment. That's not what you do. None of you do. But I am a private investigator. Now, do I have skills? Sure. I learned skills while I was in school. Actually, in school, not online, where it's don't even have to show up. Just put the computer screen on and clock in. Don't tell me you have to be on camera because you do not. You do not. You do not. They may require it, but there are allowances per teacher and classroom. Friend who's taking one right now, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm fucking shitting a brick because it's mandatory. I have to be on camera constantly." And all of a sudden, the class started, and guess what? You don't have to be. It's just there in print, but not actually practiced. Therefore, it's not real any more than you are.
And I got a big ass mouth. So let me know what y'all need from me in any capacity, and I'm more than
Don't
willing
like
to help.
me? Take a number. It's gonna be a while before I give a fuck. For the first time, Doctor!